Hi guys. I know it's a Saturday and whatever. Y'all know I'm random. I pop on here when needed, wanted, desired. And I do get the feeling that I will be on here a lot more in the coming months. How did y'all enjoy that full moon in Leo? Baby, you saw my whole pasta drop? I got dragged. I didn't see that coming. And you know what's so funny? Because I help people with stuff all the time. And it's like cool, but I guess because it's not my shit. And I've been through a lot of dark stuff, right? So when I'm dealing with other people's stuff, I am able to really be like emotionally detached. That's also how the Akashic records work, by the way, guys. Uh, all your memories, everybody's memories in there. It's the library that holds all the books of life. So when you're in there, if you are streaming or going through your book of life and there is something that you are still emotionally attached to or something that brings you distress, immediately the stream cuts off. You stop getting a channel like it's a protection, right? When I do a session with somebody, I don't have that block, if you will. Um, what's a good example of this? I had a woman, trigger warning, trigger warning, a woman who came to me because she was nervous about her daughter being touched. Her daughter said she had been touched by her stepfather. She wanted me to verify this. Now, I know there are a lot of people who would have said, I can't even go near this, sis. But because that has been a theme in my life, I knew immediately help this woman. So as I go to tap in, I don't see the little girl. I don't see the situation like that. What I see is him, the dude, but I see him as a little boy. And then I see that it's like his aunties and babysitters and these other women have been touching him when he was little. What I saw was the core wound of the issue that actually did cause this man to touch her daughter. He did do it, and I was able to verify that for her. And luckily for her, he was already in another country being held because he had been in America illegally. She was trying to find out if she should help him get back. So, just to explain the intricacy, did I say that right? Intricacy, whatever, of these gifts and how they work and what you can funnel. That is sort of my thing. I can help people see through the dark. I can help them see difficult things. So when I get hit with my own shit, every time I'm like, damn, and I have to catch myself because I think sometimes maybe I spend all my time helping other people so I don't have to deal with my own dark stuff because I can't separate emotionally from that. So this full moon in Leo, full moons are always released, right? This full moon in Leo was about relieving any wounds you had revolving around your self-esteem, your inner child healing, your uniqueness, your creativity, the thing that makes you you and makes you stand out from other people, what you enjoy for fun, what you think about for humor, what you do for entertainment, how you are in your relationships, romantic relationships, your flings, all that sort of stuff, right? That was being pulled up. Anything that was still clogged needed to be released. Is there a problem with what you do for fun? Or did you look at it as a problem? Like, that sort of energy. For me, Leo is in my 12th house of unconscious things, stuff that you might not have remembered, but it still controls my fifth house of all the things I just mentioned here. I have known for a while, and I believe I've discussed this with you guys, that I disassociate, I repress certain memories from childhood just for my own mental safety. Now, keep in mind, you don't know that you're doing this while you're doing it, or that you are holding on to memories that aren't in your core somewhere here in the back of your head. It's like the computer. You have the recycle bin where the stuff you tried to hide was, and then you have the stuff that's on your desktop. Suddenly, memories that I had put back or tucked away started coming up. My repressions. I did not know that sometimes I actually left my body during, I guess, like difficult situations or things that were too hard for my mind to accept. The things that happened to me when I was very, very young, like before 10, like it started at 3. So having to sit through finally seeing my little self go through what I went through as my other self was on the outside, it's like everything streamed in the version of me that was sitting outside of me saw what actually happened to me. And I was fucked up, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. This is me doing better today, but I still feel it in my chest. And of course, because this universe wants you to heal, which can be very painful, uh, that person started reaching out to me. Oh, look at me now, my feelings again. At the same time that I'm getting my memories back. But as I'm going through this, and you can't stop the pain, you can't stop what comes up for you. You can try to find what is the reason. Why is this coming up now? And why did I need to know this? Because I was like dreading sleep in some ways. Because when I was going to sleep, that's when the memories were coming back to me. I was going back through them, and I believe I was trying to heal myself because it was like my outer self trying to help my little child self finally be able to stand up for self. So I'm like, what is this trying to pull together for me? And then it came to me like an epiphany. I had some blocks around me being able to do the rest of this job properly. I'm talking to y'all a while about me sitting behind this computer, but there are other things I'm supposed to do. But the interactions that occurred were subconsciously blocking me from wanting to be seen. It was a fear of being touched, a fear of ever being taken advantage of, especially by males. So I really like was self-sabotaging as a way for protection. And I'm telling you all this because I believe that there are a lot of people who do this too and they don't recognize it. Sometimes you don't do what's best for yourself, or you choose things that bring back up the wound because part of you is still trying to heal it. So once I realized, okay, this situation coming up, it's raining for 3 days. This person is writing me and putting me in a difficult position again. I needed to deal with this core wounds, this core issue. And what did I come up with after that? After I'm like, what is this transmuted into? I had to use my little archetype deck, right? Because these tell you the personified traits of what characteristics are like coming out. Because I'm like, this pain is being turned into something. There is a reason why God pulled this up. He wouldn't just spring this on me and make me have to sit with this feeling and this information. And I'm supposed to be using this in my creativity. That's not just this job. This is my music. This is the videos, the stuff I'm going to create. I am going to be doing all my own stuff, which is really exciting now. And at first I was scared about it. After this, after realizing what I've actually overcome in entirety, even though it was really, really shitty, to have to witness that, you can't tell me nothing. My whole life, I made myself dumber. Like there was times I would know the answer to something because I'm sort of psychic, and I would like pretend like I didn't. I said sort of like, but my whole life I didn't do that because people would gaslight me like, you can't know that. Uh, and it got easier for me to make myself smaller. There'd be times where I'd be in a relationship with a guy and I know he'd say something that was wrong or wasn't the right answer. And I'd be like, yeah, of course. Because as soon as you try to correct a guy, you tell him something like immediately from the pattern I was dealing with, they immediately made me feel smaller or dumber. Going forward, after learning what I've learned and the fact that the person uh, that did what they did to me only practically destroyed my self-esteem because they had an unnatural attraction to me. It was a family member, I should mention that. And so my whole self-esteem was based on that. Now I know going forward, I am not ashamed of my intelligence. If anything, hey, it makes me more like, what's that word? Niche. It makes me a rare item. I am never going to hide my intelligence for anybody going forward. It is what it is. I felt like I dropped the ball on me, but this let me know it was never because of just me. I was just trying to protect myself from things I could not remember. So that was my full moon in Leo experience. Let me know if y'all went through anything equally as heavy. I'm still reeling, but even with these scars going on now, I recognize that there's a lot of fuel I have. Like I feel energized. I feel ready. I don't feel like I need to hide myself or feel bad for being different. I believe I was meant to be this way for a reason. Like how many people can walk you through what it's like to be. Oh, there's my door. Pause for a second, guys. Y'all will never know this started. Hold on, where's my pause? Okay, I'm back, guys. So I came on here because I'm supposed to be pulling for a message, just in general. But it feels like the overall tone was, don't diminish yourself for anybody. And if there is anybody who has diminished yourself, or let the punishment be that they no longer get to be in your existence. You'll still be fine. You'll get to be your glorious self, and all those wonderful traits that you would have had to hide around that person, you no longer have to hide. You get to be yourself in totality, because the only way that you attract what you're supposed to have for yourself is by being yourself. So if you are a fake ass person wearing a mask of everything that you believe that you should be in order to attract what you got, guess what's going to happen? All that shit's going to crumble, because that mask can't stay on forever. The ugly or the true you has to come out sometime. So if you build from your raw, whatever your energy is, and create from that, like what would be a good example? Jim Carrey. There's nobody else like Jim Carrey. You know, he is very much himself all the time. And because of that, I don't know about y'all, but I've never heard of Jim Carrey scandal. He is who he is, as opposed to like I ain't even gonna throw shade. There are lots of people who wear masks, and then you suddenly hear stuff about them in the news because they were portraying themselves to be this one person over here, but that other thing has to come through. So be yourself is the key here, guys. So what is today's message? What was I called here to deliver? Yeah, no, this is energy of somebody who's being distracted from their own happiness. Like they are seeking happiness and confidence and wanting to be in that space, but they are lingering in the liminal space of frustration and sadness. So, what message do I need to deliver for this person who is, oh, this, that mask thing? See, from the moment I tapped into this, as soon as I hit record, I was already called here for a purpose, and there was already a message I had to say. So when I start talking and like rattling off from the beginning, it's always attached to what the rest of this is going to be. This is about somebody who's wearing a mask, who looks happy and comfortable. They really want to be that. So they're going to fake it till they make it. But underneath that, this person is spacing out. They frustrated. They sad. There's a lot of emotions they are not dealing with for the sake of looking like they have it all together for other people. That's not hot. So what does this person need to know? What does this person need to know? Although this person, it looks like what I was saying in the beginning of this video, needs to translate these very real emotions into something creative, a way that they can share their suffering or their pain or their real thoughts with other people and get it out of them. When you create, when you like, even when you're sad and you exercise, or when you cry, that's a purge. When you take a shower, when you scream, all of that is getting the stagnant vibration out of you. When you create art, you are taking the pain, the joy, whatever the emotion you have inside of you, and you are turning that into something that reclaims its power. So this person needs to know, go forth with integrity. Be yourself. I can't believe that was the theme. Like, no matter how many times I do this, I'm always amazed. And you know how I calm myself down by that? Because I don't want to be on here like, I'm a reader. And then like, oh, I'm amazed. But no, this is God. I'm never not going to be amazed by God coming through something. Like, who knew you can know the answers to everything? Not me before the last couple of years. So this person is looking at everything besides what they need to look at in order to avoid looking inside. Going with every distraction. This is temptation. Every distraction possible to avoid doing this. Going into the unknown, breaking out of patterns, doing something different. An opportunity to be delivered. But it's delivered from that frustration, that sadness, that ick that is inside underneath the mask. So what mask is this person wearing? You gotta do it. I'm gonna use the dark mirror for this one. And this is my favorite, like, heavier meaning deck, because it's the only one that can give you like a negative connotation. The rest of them are sort of like, you are a butterfly. Like, oracle cards are wild. So what mask is this person wearing? What mask is this person wearing? It's like this person needs to fight just a little bit harder to get past their stuff. It's like they don't see the possibility of something new happening, or they are so comfortable in the woe that they're not using that little bit of oomph needed to push through. Maybe the pain of being that frustrated and that sad will start to push them towards like releasing it instead of going through the same cycle over and over again. I know this person can see that this is the same pattern of stuff that has already started before. That's deeply what I'm feeling on this temptation thing. Like this person saw the same issue came up again, the same red flags, the same signs around a situation. Like you're about to start the same cycle again, baby, but there you go, you got it. Instead of stepping out of those cycles. Look, that person has a light going into the dark, and there's somebody reaching out a hand for that person, but that the person has to take that hand. Otherwise, what you gonna be doing? In space, floating around in your mind, sad and frustrated, and nobody even knows you feel like that because you can't share your feelings with other people. So what was behind that person's mask? Lies. Lies like they're okay. There's a feeling that they're fated to suffer, that their life is not going to get any better, so they're not going to do any better. Because it doesn't matter. This person is putting them actual selves aside. This is forgetting oneself. So that mask that they have on, it's not even them. And I shared a song earlier. It was on my IG stories. It's Mariah Carey Clown. And the chorus is like, who's gonna love you when it all falls down? Who's gonna love you when your bankroll runs out? Who's gonna love you when the novelty's over? When the star of the show isn't you anymore? Nobody cares when the tears of a clown fall down. If you're out there wearing a mask and being that person, that's not actually you. You're always going to feel unfulfilled. So I guess for this person, that full moon and everything that got brought up, it's still stagnant. It's still stuck in there. It still has to come out. So for the guides of the person receiving this message, somebody who's avoiding the painful work of healing, and believe me, I understand because this last couple of days have whipped my ass. It's better on the other side than to allow this feeling to continue to linger. Do it for you if you do it for nobody else, because all those other people that are around you because you have that mask on, as soon as you take that mask off and start revealing yourself, those people are going to clear out. They're not even there for you. And that's what you can feel. That's what that frustration is. You're linking up with people, but they're not people that's feeding you. If anything, they're not even taking energy from you. It's just dead energy. You're not even fulfilled with the conversations. You're not fulfilled with the people you're around. You're like, this used to work for me. So if I just keep it up, it'll start working again. And nah, this universe is calling you to change and become something different, something better. You can't stay where you at. So either you're going to push yourself or you will be pushed out of that stagnancy. So the guide for this person, or the guide for this person, yeah, the guide for this person said, you need to listen to your guides. You need to listen to the streams that have been coming through you. Like so much energy, so much knowledge has been coming through you. And it's like you're pushing this knowledge aside to try to stick with, look, goblins. What's a goon to a goblin? Every time I hear that word, I think about Lil Wayne. Like, no, you are literally in a position that because you're not listening to the new things coming to you, let me show you. This is a stream of awareness that has been brought to you. Like you have been given the truth and the knowledge of what you're supposed to be doing or how to clear your patterns, but you're not listening. You're not taking any of the clues that have been sent towards you. You've been trying to separate yourself into two different people so you can still be around goblins. So good luck on your mission, whoever you are, because it's time to do the thing. You've gotten every single sign possible, it looks like in your dreams when you're just daydreaming. That's what that spaced out energy was in the beginning. You're spaced out because stuff keeps trying to push through you. Like, hey, your consciousness, Jiminy Cricket. You know what's so funny? When I used to watch it, like conscious. It's conscious, like, but I didn't understand. That's the part of you that keeps you aware of the things you're supposed to be doing outside of what your human has you doing. Because your human will have you doing some dumb stuff just because you want to enjoy the human experience. But your consciousness is like, this is not good for you at all. You are going to hate this in a little while. And that's what I'm feeling here. This person is purposely not taking their advice because healing can hurt too. Healing does hurt, but so does continuing down the same path, only for it to end worse than it just ended on the last cycle. That'll be way worse. So maybe all do better. Y'all have a good day.